So here we are at the beginning of a new season, the season of Advent in the Episcopal Church, and just the season of winter and the season of dying and looking forward to new birth. And how are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you doing here when we are finding ourselves in this space where COVID is raging even more than it was some months ago? And we have had this election that has just been beyond anything that any of us have ever seen, and we're all rather weary of it all. I think it's really time for all of us on this planet, and particularly all of us in this country, to sit still for a minute and to take a lot of deep breaths and just try to see if we can hear some direction about some ways to go that can make a little bit more sense for us. We cannot continue to be a people that are so splintered and polarized, a people that act as if we are so unfamiliar with one another. We have got to find a way to build bridges to each other, to find common ground, to find a way to help all of us be in the spaces of recovery so that we can become the people that God wants us to be. And how are we going to do that? Well, we've spent so much time being vitriolic and telling tales on each other that have got nothing to do with the truth, and having people believe things that are so outrageous until they boggle your mind that anybody would even say such stuff, let alone have somebody believe it. What has happened to us? What is the matter with us? We need to stop and get a grip on ourselves. We need to figure out, what does it really mean to us to be a human being, to care about ourselves, to care about others. And if we don't have any such capacities to care about ourselves and care about others, then we need to seek some different kind of help than is just going to be available from somebody like me talking to you. But what I believe is this, that most of us in this country are just people trying to figure out how to make sense out of life. And life is tough. And right now it's extremely tough and chaotic. And there's a lot of darkness all around and a lot of insane kinds of things that are being said and done and thought about. And it's difficult to even wrap your head around some of it. You know, there's a space for people to be different. There's a space for people to be eccentric, for people to be even off the wall. But there is no space to be cruel, to be unwilling to tell the truth, to be unwilling to care about your neighbor. There is no space for that. There's no space for that. We have got to decide what kind of people we want to be. And do we want to be well? Do we want to be people who care about each other? Do we want to be people who are willing to pursue the common good and the general welfare? Or do we want to just be a collection of people that are after each other all the time and unwilling to build bridges, unwilling to try to find common ground, unwilling to embrace difference, unwilling to try to listen to our hearts and hear the genuine sounds that are there and connect those sounds with the other genuine sounds that we find in others across the land? We have an opportunity in this season of winter, this season of Advent, this season of reflection, this season of stopping for a minute to take inventory, to look at ourselves and see which way we want to go. And every one of us has some responsibility to do this. The planet needs us to help it get well. Won't you join me in the effort to get our planet well? Let's get well. Blessings to you.